Stick around, and you'll discover why so many intelligent people lose money in the financial markets. Have you ever wondered why you can be great at analyzing the market, yet feel paralyzed by fear at the decisive moment? This video will solve your problem with the fear of loss. I'll show you why you close winning positions too early and why you hold on to losing ones, praying for a miracle. Here is what we will work through today, step by step. Step 1. How to neutralize the biological alarm in your brain that blocks rational thinking. Step 2. How to completely detach your ego from market risk and accept a loss. Step 3. How to implement probability thinking and enter a state of market flow. Hi, I am James. On this channel, I talk about how to make money. If you're interested in this content, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and stay tuned. Let's now look at 3 ways to solve this problem. Method 1. Neutralize the emotional hijack. Let's start with biology. The fear of losing isn't just a bad decision, it's a hardwired physiological reaction. Inside your brain, there is an almond-shaped structure called the amygdala. It acts like a radar detecting threats. Imagine you're walking down a dark street and suddenly hear an explosion. Your brain immediately sounds the alarm. Blood flows away from the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic and planning. You react instinctively, fight or flight. The exact same thing happens on the stock market. You see a sharp drop in your stock's price. Your amygdala declares a state of emergency. This is called an emotional hijack. Your operational mind becomes completely paralyzed. In this state, you literally cannot think logically. You panic and make decisions that you'll bitterly regret moments later. Your brain equates a drop on a chart with a physical attack from a predator. How it works. You must consciously control your physiology before your emotions take the wheel. When you feel anxiety, stop. Take a few deep breaths. Focus on calmly observing your thoughts. Label the feeling. Tell yourself, I am feeling anger right now, or I am feeling fear. This reactivates your prefrontal cortex. Use a centering technique. Instead of staring at the growing loss, look at your system and your ironclad rules. The benefits. You shut down the biological alarm. You restore blood flow to the thinking brain. You regain your working memory and total objectivity. The market stops being a predator and becomes, once again, just a neutral set of data. You stop acting on impulse. Method 2. Accepting risk and switching off the ego. The second step is realizing why losing hurts so much. For most people, being wrong is an attack on their self-esteem. As children, we were taught that mistakes lead to punishment. That's why in the market, your ego subconsciously defends itself against admitting a mistake. You hold a losing position because selling would mean final admission of being wrong. You start living on hope. You ignore hard facts and look for any piece of information that proves you right. You see only what you want to see. Imagine a restaurant owner. Every day, they have to throw away some spoiled produce. Does that person cry over every tossed tomato? No, they know it's an unavoidable cost of doing business. A professional investor treats a market loss exactly the same way. A loss doesn't mean you're stupid. A loss is the cost of doing business and investing. The market is inherently uncertain. Anything can happen at any second. How it works. Before you open any position, you must define your risk in advance. You must pinpoint exactly where the market will prove your idea was wrong. When the market hits that point, you close the position automatically. No hesitation, no rationalizing, no regrets. You accept the risk 100%. The benefits. Full risk acceptance eliminates emotional pain. When the pain disappears, so does the fear. Your defense mechanisms stop blocking uncomfortable market info. You start seeing the market objectively. You detach your self-worth from the outcome of a single trade. Method 3. Thinking in probabilities. The greatest investors don't try to predict the future. They know they don't need to know what happens next to make money. This is probabilistic thinking. Imagine a powerful casino owner. Does he know the outcome of the next spin of the roulette wheel? He has no clue. The result of a single game is completely random and unpredictable, but the owner sleeps soundly. Why? Because he knows that on a macro level, after a series of 10,000 games, his mathematical edge guarantees a massive profit. The casino doesn't analyze every roll of the dice. It makes money on statistics. The typical investor focuses on the outcome of one current trade. If they lose, their psychological system collapses. A professional knows that every edge is just a higher probability of one thing happening over another. How it works. Build a system that gives you a mathematical advantage. Stop judging your success based on one trade. Start evaluating your results based only on a sample of at least 20 trades. Expect a random distribution of wins and losses. Know that after a series of losses, wins will inevitably follow. Act like an unshakable casino. The benefits. You free yourself from the pressure of being right. You eliminate the need to know what the market will do next. You enter a carefree state of flow. You act without the slightest resistance or hesitation. You make money in a systematic, repeatable way. Most people stop at step 3, but if you do this one extra thing, you will gain a crushing advantage over the market. Perform the 20 trade exercise. Choose your system and define rigid entry and exit rules. Force yourself to execute exactly 20 trades in a row. You are not allowed to change any rules during this trial. You cannot skip any signals. Your goal isn't even to make money. Your only goal is to execute the plan flawlessly and mechanically without fear or hesitation. This exercise will finally reprogram your mind and build the iron discipline that 95% of traders lack. Let's recap what you need to do to overcome the fear of loss and start making money regularly. Fear is a biological block. Regain objectivity through breath control and recognizing your emotions. Take your ego off the table. Predefine your exit point and treat a loss strictly as a business cost. Think like a casino owner. The outcome of a single trade is random. Your profit comes from a series of events. Train your mind. Complete the iron trial of 20 trades to fully automate your success. Let me know in the comments which of these 3 methods is the biggest challenge for you during your daily market sessions.